Hi, I'm Jenna, and this is episode 124, and it is kind of the special Zombie Apocalypse recap. I am recording later in the day, so I apologize that the lighting does kind of really blow. But I wanted to do this tonight. I was waiting for my box to come that I had shipped back from Minnesota, and UPS took its good old time getting it here, so it's actually after dinner. It's many hours later than I normally do. So a big hello and welcome to any new viewers. There's going to be a lot of show and tell today, more than normal. And then a big hello and thank you to all returning viewers. I don't even know where to start, honestly. A few quick things I want to address real quick. People have brought it to my attention that the file size for this has been huge through iTunes. I apologize. I'm going to try to play around more to try to condense it. Somebody did give me a link to some software they use. Another person told me another way they do it because they changed iMovie, which I use to edit all this, and it totally just is crap now. And it does not give me the same options to make the files that I had before, and I'm working on it. I promise. So I guess right now the best way to watch if a file size is an issue is through YouTube or directly on the website, RetroLemonStudio.com. Also, real quick, my new shawl has been shown at the retreat. So people got to see it. It is out on Ravelry now, so if you've been on Ravelry the last few days, you've seen it too. But in case you haven't, this is it. So it is a crescent-shaped shawl and a leafy motif. So the leaves go from little tiny leaves. There's kind of like a spacer section to medium-sized leaves, spacer section, and then bigger, lacier leaves. It is called Leaves of Change. It kind of reflects the growth and change that I had to endure this year, whether I wanted to or not, because, well, that's what happens with life. So, super excited. It's been so well received. Leading Men Fiber Arts provided yarn support for this, and they let me pick the base and the color I wanted, and they were just fantastic to work with. I got to meet Steve and his leading man at the retreat, and I get to talk more about that. But so a huge thank you to them, because it is definitely the partnership with them that really helped this come to life for me. So, like I said, that is available on Ravelry as a paid-for download. And we are having a knit-along for it. So, it started as of, well, I put the date as of Sunday because I was able to come home and get it up right away. We do have prizes for that. So, there is a skein of Woolmiza that was donated by a very generous viewer. So this is going to be a prize, and then it's not going to be as structured as normal, but because Steve and his partner Andy are just so ridiculously fabulous and generous, while I was at the show I got to pick a skein of Soliloquy, which is the base that I knit mine out of, to give away for you guys. So I picked the Lucky Charm colorway because since it's leafy, I thought this would be gorgeous if you wanted to knit another one. Or if you wanted to make something else, hey, it's enough to knit a moon dance. Moon dance would be beautiful and green. So what I've decided to do is if we get more than 100 entries, then I'm going to throw in the second skein of Woolmiza. If we're under 100 entries or under, we're just going to give away these two for now, and I'm going to save this for another knit-along to kind of spread out the love, because I don't give away too many prizes anymore. So I kind of want to stretch them out and give the most people the opportunities that they can. So I hope that's cool. Since we are talking about prizes and giveaways, I do have a giveaway that will be running this week and next week, because I know some people might skip this episode because they don't want to hear about the retreat. But Lisa Tomko, who is it just, I want to get it right, it's just Sparkle Punk. On Instagram, she's Sparkle Punk Lisa. So Sparkle Punk, Lisa Tomko, is giving away 2 of her patterns. So trying to help her out. Woo! So she has socks. She has little crochet toys. The socks are knitted. Looks like there's some felted stuff. Really, really super, super cute stuff. Oh, some knitted toys as well. A nice variety of stuff. And she told me I can give away 2 of her patterns. So, like I said, the thread is, I'm going to open the thread while I'm putting this up. So you'll have this week and next week to enter. And, what I want you to do, because we're going to try to keep this simple since I'm not having a giveaway at the end of June, I want you to go and look all of her patterns over, and I want you to put which pattern you want to win. That way when I go and pick numbers, I will still announce that you're a winner, but I can go and just let her know, look, this is the winner, this is what they want, and keep it super simple, okay? You got that? Because I want everyone to go look at her patterns too, not just the winner. So, like I said, she is Sparkle Punk, all one word, on Ravelry. Go check out her patterns. There will be a prize thread. I want you to put which pattern you want to win, and that way if you win, it'll be directly gifted to you. You don't even need to contact me because I'm just trying to keep it simple. So a huge thank you to Lisa, who I met her last year at the retreat, and it was so fun. She was so shy. But this year we actually got to sit down and talk. We went out to dinner together one night. Another night we had drinks together. And I really got to know her. And she's just a sweetheart. Like, I don't know if people get any sweeter than that. But she gifted me the Birds Dead Drew socks. So it's a very beautiful lace pattern down the foot. Let's try to get that here. See if I can get it here. Beautiful sock pattern. I think that's all I can show you because I can't give away yet. So I looked it over. It looks to be a very, very great pattern. Let's see if I can turn this here. Show you some more. So the detail is down the front and the back to the heel. I hate it when the pattern goes on the heel. So I was so happy when I was like, ooh, it doesn't. It has a very beautiful pattern. Looks like the heel is going to wear awesome. Just beautiful design. So I don't know if the Birds Dead Drew is a reference to something that I'm just out of the loop for, or if there's sometimes it's like an inside joke between designers and their friends. Of course, I know there have been some of my designs that are named specifically for people or situations. But like I said, super awesome. Definitely want to support her. Awesome that she wants to give away patterns. Thank you so much, Lisa. So, okay. And that's all for administrative stuff. Giveaways and knit-alongs and new patterns. Almost, it is, in real life, almost the same colors as my walls. Almost. I love chartreusey greens, for sure. So I went in the retreat a day early. I went on Wednesday. The retreat officially didn't start till Thursday, but that's okay because it was an option for us to come in and get the room rate for Wednesday night the same as all the others. So I did go in, and I'm so glad I did this year. Last year I was so exhausted that first day. So it was kind of nice. It was low-key. We went out to dinner. There was a big group of us. Some new people, some people that I had met last year, and it was so nice to sit and catch up with them. We went to the Loop, and I got this massive burger that came with fries, and I did eat the whole burger. Some people were kind of surprised, and then I had to remind them I'm a former fat girl, and I can still eat like one when I want to. Because it was an unbelievable burger. It was a jalapeno mac burger, so there was like jalapeno cheese sauce and fried macaroni and cheese and bacon, and I put the lettuce and tomato on there for good measure. Gotta get your veggie in. Didn't finish the fries though, but it was good. And then Thursday came and I felt recharged and ready to go. We had the designer showcase, which went really great for me. The other thing was, it was on Thursday, like early afternoon, right after lunchtime, and a lot of people weren't there yet. But I still did well. It was still lots of fun, Lots of people came to see the toys, and they got to touch the toys and ask questions and buy patterns. And so a huge, huge thank you to all of you out there who bought patterns, because, you know, that definitely helps out me as a designer, and to be able to go again next year when I can say to my husband, yeah, honey, see, I'm not just spending money there, I'm making some too. So, that went really great, and then I'm so excited. Totally got all fangirly. So we were in the ballroom, and I see the back of a plaid shirt at the check-in desk. I'm like, oh, I know who that is. That was Steve. So I told him, I warned him that my first instinct was to take a running jump at him and give him a bear hug, but I refrained. Excuse me. I played it cool, and I went up, and I'm standing there like I'm looking at the goodie bags, and I'm like, bumped him. So it was awesome because we got to pal around a lot over the weekend. And we went out to dinner that night to Mac's, where I got my fig honey grilled chicken salad that was amazing. I'm all about the food. I can't remember. At some point we did a yarn swap, so you got to bring $20 skein of yarn. So I did that, and I came home with fiber. So I was one of like the last people to go, and all the kind of colorways that like I was like, ooh, I could take that home, were gone. But that's okay, because I saw this fiber. I don't know who brought it, but these are my kind of colors. So it is a chartreusey green, a aquaish blue, and a darker blue that is maybe on the cusp of like a deep periwinkle. But that's okay, because it works. It's Into the World Quartz. 4 ounces. It is the Luxe July 2013 Club, so it is a merino silk blend. So I came home with this, took some yarn that I didn't love quite so much. So that was kind of like really fun. It was like the first acquisition typey thing. Oh, the gluttony, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. I guess I should show what I worked on. So on the plane, we're going to skip around a little. On the plane, I had a good flight. My flight coming in was delayed about 20-25 minutes. I cannot complain, because there were people that were delayed days or hours and lost luggage. My flight home, I was delayed about 20 minutes as well. I was just ready to get home at that point, was the only thing there. I showed you last week that I started my brickless, and I was about here, got the first repeat done, and it has grown majorly. So I worked on this mainly on the plane, to and from. Excellent travel knitting. So it is Brickless by Martina Bim. The yarn is Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the Zombie Games colorway. So it is lots of blues, dark blue to a cobalt blue, some teal, some chartreuse green, some plum, and it looks like where like the plum and chartreuse came together, it kind of muddied and made a brown, which it totally works. So I have not been able to photograph this properly. I'm trying to like peek over the thing, but it is gorgeous. I'm almost done. I'm in the last repeat. So it's the home stretch, even though it's the longest stretch, because let me tell you, those rows are long. So, goodie bags. I got the goodie bag here. Totally jumped into the yarn swap, but it was what was on top, in all fairness. So, we got the goodie bag. It's kind of hard to see. There was tissue paper in it, but it does have little zombie critters of the logo. Ah! I'm going to drop it here. Anyways, inside the goodie bags, because I always like to know. I know some people skipped it, but there is some Skin Savvy creams samples. Looks like little skin creams, face creams, hand creams. We got a new zombie mug, or I think of these as grown-up sippy cups. A tumbler, an insulated tumbler. Little mini skein of yarn from Mustache Yarns. Mine is a gorgeous kind of a cranberry and blues. We also got, it's like a pill box, but it's also a Notions box with the little Stockinette Zombie logo. We got a sample card from Simply Socks. We got a little sample of Jilly from Dream in Color, and I got a purple. I think there were other colors. I'm not 100% sure. We got Stockinette Zombie temporary tattoos. We got awesome stitch markers from Absolute Wonder that match the ones we got last year that I use all the time. Those and the lemon ones she gave me. At happygoluckyyarn.com, we got a coupon code. I will cover that up. And it also has a button and some starbursts. We also got a retractable tape measure from Namaste. A retractable tape measure with the Zombie Knitpocalypse zombie logo on it. Got a mini skein of 716 knit If the Apocalypse Comes Beat Me, which is the retreat colorway from last year. A Gnome Acre button. Let's see, what are these? Some Kitchen Counter Crafter cute little tags. And a coupon code to save $1 off a $10 item at the market that I didn't see till just now. A Stockinette Zombie pen. It's retractable, but the end is rubber and can also be used as a stylus. Hello. Awesome. Some info about Namaste. More Namaste. A magnet from simplysockyarn.com. A coupon code I cannot show you. Let's see. I can cover it up. Coupon code for Megan Williams' new sock pattern called Expanding Community, which is very cute. Awesome. Coupon code from June Price Fiber Arts, No Makers, business card, a coupon code for Leading Men Fiber Arts, Bijou Basin, Ethereal Fibers, Fishnets, Rye from Etsy. Daisy Knits gave us one of those cute little pop tins. I never, oh, there it goes. And it's open, and then it's closed. So, and then the other thing in the goodie bags, because I have it sitting over here, it wasn't in the goodie bags per se, it was sitting on the table and you grabbed one, was this really awesome Zombie Knitpocalypse mug. Super cute. I can't wait to use it. It hasn't been washed yet. And I got an extra retractable tape measure in mine. Let's see. Speaking of mugs, because I have to show all these. So, the word has gotten out that I am collecting the Starbucks You Are Here collection mugs. So, let's see. First up, I got one from California from my dear sweet friend Michelle. Isn't it beautiful? I wish the lighting was better. Then I got one from Washington, D.C. from Becky. Her Ravelry name is not coming to me. But she's Becky. She's super, super nice. And I was so, so floored when she came up and gave me the little box. I was in awe. And then I got one from North Carolina from Tracy, who is Tracy on Ravelry. From North Carolina, isn't that beautiful? And I also got one more from Virginia, from Angela, who is Beagle Mom Knitter. So exciting. So there's 4 more there, and then I was in the airport, and I had looked online, just like Googled if there was a Minnesota one, and it said no. But it's still Minnesota, but I found this at the airport in the MSP Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, and it is a Twin Cities mug. So I'm up to 7. 7 mugs. Oh, oh, oh. Sorry, that's my really bad Count Von Count from Sesame Street imitation. It's sad, I know. Okay, more gluttony. Ugh. So, I also taught a class while I was there. We'll talk about that for a moment. And I taught how to put together an orbit. And my orbit is missing a leg. I have his leg. But while I was doing the class, I'm talking. And you know where there's a little banter going on in the slow parts of the class. Not that the class was slow. I had sewn an arm or a leg where the arm went. So I had to undo it so he would be done if I hadn't messed up and I had to try to play catch up. So, oh, and he needs his antennas. So he gets to go live at the knit shop, but I thought my class went extremely well. I had a really great group. They asked really great questions. I saw a lot of light bulbs go off like, oh, that's how you do that. So that was awesome. Super, super awesome. Okay. This is all stuff that was gifted to me or that I got as prizes. First off, not this bag. I paid for this. It is the Retreat bag, the tote. It has a little pocket made by the Silver Shed USA. Oh, there's a pocket on each side. I did not get the decal on it. I just wanted the plain bag because I think the fabric is gorgeous. My kind of colors, chartreuse and aqua. So, I was gifted a skein of brown 100% alpaca from Carolyn, who is called Shirley. It is from her alpacas. And it is so soft. Ha ha ha. And then she also gifted me at the designer showcase baby hats. There's Little Boy Blue and Cats in the Cradle. So, I would hold it up, but the pattern's like actually on there. So, but thank you for that, Carolyn, for the yarn and the pattern. So awesome! My friend Susan, Rista1313, gave me a reusable Starbucks mug because you get to save 10% every time you use it. And I love me some Starbucks. She made this really cute pouch. It has little tiaras on it. Little notions pouch. And inside there was a Starbucks gift card that I already used. And then she made some buttercream flavored lip balm. Like, she made this. For sure. And a cute little crown, stitch marker, little zipper pull. However you want to use it. It's going to be hard for me to show it up close. Super awesome. Felt totally spoiled, I'm telling you. And then, because she's just awesome. So, of course, she married somebody awesome. Her husband, Scott, aka Mr. Chicken, he did an owl puff cross stitch. And it's a little magnet, which is so awesome because this is so going to go. I was going to put it on my fridge, but I'm like, why would I do that? I have magnet boards on the wall here that I put ideas and really special notes and cards that people send me. So I think the owl puff is going to have to go up on the magnet board with all my other special stuff. Because it's special. Mr. Chicken made it for me. How awesome is that? So thank you, Mr. Chicken. Let's see. Michelle of Didn't Know Dry Works gave me this really cool magnetic notepad, which I am addicted to these things. I go through them like crazy because I am a list maker to the core. Let's see. Corey, who is iRock Knits, gave out these really cute little bags with a little saying, and I will read it. It says, if you could spend an hour with anyone living or dead, what would you knit? And inside there was this really cute little stockinette zombie dishcloth or washcloth. I guess you could wash your body with it. Why not? And the pattern that she used to make it, I'm assuming she came up with the pattern herself, is in the bag as well. Thank you, Corey. It smells good. And then, okay, I am thinking, I'm so sorry if I get this wrong. I am I'm thinking I was talking to somebody while they were knitting this, and there's no card because they just came up and handed it to me. So I'm thinking, was it Corey or was it Sally from Idaho? Somebody's yelling at me going, oh my God, you don't remember? And I'm so sorry, it was that first day. But it is so awesome. It is a mitt. I will totally use this. I love mitts. And some mandarin orange soap, which smells amazing. I mean, it smells about like you could eat it. But yeah, I'm like, I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank to who exactly gave this to me, because I remember wondering what in the world they were knitting. But I'm thinking, like, it was out in the lobby. And I'm thinking of who I was talking to in the lobby. It was Sally from Idaho, and it was Corey. My apologies. I feel like a big old jerk right now, because I can't remember for sure. It was a crazy, crazy weekend. Okay, and then my friend Annette, who's so awesome, she gave me, I was like in like total disbelief that she even remembered this was the colorway I had been really, really wanting. Like, she must take notes. Maybe she stalks me. It is Desert Vista Dye Works in the Toucan self-striping colorway, which I have so been wanting this yarn so bad. Look at that. It's hard to see because the lighting blows, but it is a bright lemony yellow. It is a limey green. It is a beautiful orange. I love orange. And then kind of like a burgundy and a black and a sky blue. And I just love it. I love it. Thank you, Annette. And she also gave me some almond goat's milk soap. And I've had way too much fun with these already. There's a pack of 2, and they are Post-its, like Post-it brand Post-its. And they're little mustaches, so you can go around and put a mustache on everything. I love it. Generous people, I'm telling you. Okay, then, and then, oh, giveaway. Because I'm trying to think of stuff people gave me. Jennifer of Daisy Knits. She is Daisy on Ravelry. Her shop is daisyknits.com. Let me pick out a skein of yarn to give away on the podcast. So this will be a prize for not the current knit along, but the next one. So thank you for that. There will be more from her later. I pre-ordered a zombie bag from Java Jenny, who is the seamstress behind Kitchen Counter Crafter. And it's one of those bags with like we call them slap bracelets. But they're like those flexible rulers in the top, so it snaps back and stays closed. And there's a snap. And a handle. I love bags with handles, I do have to say. So it's javajenny.etsy.com. And there's a little Minnesota stitch marker that came with it that says ZK 2014. But I saw this fabric and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. And then all my friends were ordering them and I'm like, well, if my friends are doing it, I gotta do it too. I could see my mom rolling her eyes, me saying that, right? Because all moms say, well, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? I won a skein of yarn that was not my colors. It was gorgeous. It was soft. The dyer did an excellent job. It just was nothing I would use because it's a color I can't pull off. So I traded with somebody who liked it. So I got fiber. Sorry, crinkles. It is called Zombie Kisses. So it has kind of some deep fuchsia-y pinks, some aqua-y, electric-y blues, whites, and grays. And it goes crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Sorry. I can only see the name. So it is 100% superwash merino, 4 ounces. And it is Daybreak Dye Works. So beautiful. Can't wait to spin that up. I am going to find more time to spin. Spinning has been a little on the back burner lately. Friday morning I did participate, not directly, but I participated in the Zombie Apocalypse 5K as a helper slash cheerleader. I might not have walked or ran the 5K, but dang it, I danced it. Cabbage Patch in it. Oh. You know, so a couple people look totally annoyed with me, but everyone else seemed to like my enthusiasm, and those are the people that count. So we did get our badges and everything. I got buttons on there, but for doing the 5K, helpers got the perks. So I did get the Zombie Apocalypse little badge thing. It's a little wood cutout. And I did also get the visor that has the little kitties and it says ZK 5K 2014. So I was rocking this, dancing, looking like a nut. But it's all good. If I can't act like a nut with my other knitters, who can I act like a nut with? Other goodies. Let's see. I got to meet Fiona Fifikins of the Down Under podcast, or Down Under. I gotta get it right. Let's see. Oh, it says on here, a Down Under yarn with Fifikins. She's also the dyer behind Solar Flare Fibers. And she was handing out these little koalas. Now, I remember being a kid in the 1980s, and my aunt collected these little pincher critter things. Like, she had a ton of them. And it says, I Heart Australia in the back. And I had a hoot with her. We had some martinis together, and we laughed hysterically. I laughed so hard on this trip. I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. It was such a great time. She was so much fun. It was so great. And then Wendy Soto, who's Wenmig, she passed out business cards with candy. Awesome. Bacon Fairy, who was Mandy. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Passed out little strip of bacon stitch markers, which was awesome. And then a lady who was there, I don't know that I have permission to say her daughter's name on air or anything, so I won't, but her daughter will know who she is because she made me this super awesome, this is probably the most awesome stitch marker ever, crab. So it looks like my Susan the Social Crab, and it is a shrink-ink marker, and she made it and sent it just for me. So look at that. So I got it. Your mom did give it to me, and I told her to tell you a big thank you. I really appreciate it. I will use it very well. Then I went to Ginny's. I got some buttons. I got green buttons for a sweater and blue buttons for a sweater, and it was so much fun because Steve went with me. And Michelle of Dancing Dog Dye Works was our escort there. And Steve helped me give the nay or yay to the blue buttons. And the green buttons, really. I mean, if you can't let a yarn dyer help you pick out buttons, who can you trust? Speaking of Dancing Dog Dye Works, they had these really cool shirts for sale. I got mine because I was the cashier for the booth. And they do say, Zombie Apocalypse 2014 at the bottom. So it's got the little dancing dog and the zombie knitting. Awesome. Michelle of Dancing Dog Dye Works, her husband Max, made the graphic. Okay, we're getting there, people, I promise. Okay. Now I do think it is time for the marketplace acquisitions. Oh my god. I really didn't do all that bad, but people are generous. So I saw this bag from like across the aisle. It was actually a bigger version of it, but it's the cats and sweaters and knitted sweaters. I love this bag so much I can't even begin to tell you how much I love it. So it is the large bag from Brown Dog Bags. And I love, oh, look at that bright orange. And I love the little bright orange handle. I love handles. So it is Renee Peterson. It is browndogbags.etsy.com. Renee is super, super awesome. I met her last year at Zombie Knit Apocalypse. Her and her friend Corey are fabulous. And it is such a nice, well-made bag. I cannot wait to put a sweater in it because it's big. I could fit it on my head. That's Megan and Amy's thing though, so I'll let them, but look, next to my head, huge. So I had to have that. And it's so funny because I was running the booth and we had a slow moment. I run over there and I'm like, will you hold this for me? I said, I'd have to dig my purse out. I'm right over there. I'm so good for it. And then it's funny because I said I was not going to buy fiber. But I did because Marigold Jen, who is the mother to Hobbledehoy, brought some fiber for Hobbledehoy. I'm like, what a mom, right? Like, that's so awesome. So it is these beautiful bats. I gotta take them out and show you. Oh, look at that. So this one is called Green Tomato, Merino Silk, something silk, bamboo and sparkle. Beautiful. 3 little bats. It doesn't say, it's 4 ounces. So awesome. I have never spun Hobbledehoy. So this was kind of one of those, once I saw she was there or going to be there, it had been on the back burner. I wanted some and then I couldn't resist when I saw green with a bit of aqua in it and some brown. I love it. I didn't get anything from Marigold Jen and I wish I could have. I kind of had limited funds and her booth was so overwhelming because everything was beautiful. Like, there was not an ugly skein in the butt. I mean, it was pretty much like that everywhere. But I could have bought anything of hers. It was all so gorgeous. Let's see. I said I wasn't going to buy fiber, and then Steve had these. These are You Betcha 100% BFL, 4 ounces. So there is an ounce of the black, the aqua, the green, and the natural, which I am going to try and spin as a gradient one day. I am not the best spinner, so this might sit for just a wee little bit till I'm going to get back to it, I swear, people. I also picked up a skein of You Betcha in the Spotlight base, which is 400 yards, 100 grams, 80% superwash BFL, and 20% nylon. Oh, I love this so much. These are my colors. Right there. Oh. So gorgeous. So excited to try their BFL base. So nice. Since we're talking about Leading My Fiber Arts, I did not buy this, but I was given this. It's box says, what? On the box office base, 218 yards, 100 grams, 100% superfine merino. Steve asked me if I would please knit a Francis the sock-wearing fox out of this because he is not a toy knitter, and because we're all like this now after the retreat, I was like, you know it, whatever you want, I'll do it. I did take him a bag of toys though. Stuffed toys, not, don't go there. So I will knit him a Francis the sock-wearing fox and send this back. So you will eventually see it on his podcast, I'm sure. Okay, when you go on one of these retreats, it's not like a rule, at least not that I'm aware of, that you take a roommate gift, but it's kind of like this unsaid thing. And since my bestie was my roommate, I had to take her something fabulous. So she is the one who got the woven scarf that I was making, plus a bunch of other stuff. And she dyed up for me a skein of the Tango socks in the super skein in the pumpkin colorway, so I can make myself an orange Leaves of Change shawl. I love it because it is a gorgeous shade of orange. I mean, that is orange. I like orange. Then I bought twist sock, so it's 100% merino, superwash merino in the birthday stripe. So it is pink, orange, and aqua. I bought a skein of twist sock BFL, so it is 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon in the lagoon stripe colorway, which is lime, a blue a blue and black stripe. I then had to have Mushroom Madness on twist sock. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. It'll probably be a shawlette. I keep thinking a hitchhiker because one can never have too many hitchhikers. I know, people, I'm sorry. Someone's hating on me right now. I can like feel it and it's not even posted yet. I got a skein of Walt's Worsted. See, everyone got on me at the retreat that I say worst. In my head it comes out worsted. Whatever. Walt's Worsted in the Zombie Party in Rochester. I went with a worsted weight because I thought, I don't know that it's a colorway I would necessarily wear on my body, but it's something that I can totally rock out in a toy. And then I was gifted a skein of Walt's Worsted in the I Believe colorway because this screams like my son. Like, he needs something out of this. And it is beautiful blues, yellows, oranges, and greens. These are all his favorite colors all in one place. And I showed it to him and he snatched it. He was like, mine! Okay, I have one more purchase. And that was 716 Knit and her 716 Twist. It's a sock yarn. It is her stripes. So it is an HXC. And it is. Okay, normally her stuff is Buffy the Vampire Slayer colorways. This was a club colorway. And when I read the name, I'm like, holy crap, it's from Firefly. And it is called Twixt My Nithers. Because I have never seen, I gotta watch Buffy. I missed the boat on that one growing up, I guess. But I love Firefly, hardcore. So it'll be, oop, drop some. It'll be black stripes with like the splattery multicolor. It'll be awesome because Jenna is the queen of splatters. I love her stuff. It is unlike anything else I use. Other people might do some splatters, but I think the girl has mad skills, yo. So since I am mentioning 716 Knit, I got 716 Knit in my goodie bag. It had been in with the yarn, so you didn't see it with the goodie bag. But it is, I feel an attack of Dumb Blonde coming on. So this is her 716 sock, which is a superwash merino nylon blend. Once again, it is splattery, it is greens, it is blues of all shades, and it is gorgeous. So pretty. I love it. I loves it so much. Okay, then I have a few more skeins to show you, and it is yarn support. And I know some people aren't showing the yarn support they got, but I didn't get a ton, which is fine. But I need to give these people a shout out because they were so generous, and I appreciate the generosity muy mucho, as my kids say. Came from, what is it, Aladdin? I think, like, the genie at one point says that. My kids say that. It's funny. So, very much. Jennifer of Daisy Knits, who is Daisy on Ravelry. There is no base name on this, but she said it is a DK. It is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 231 yards. This is so soft. It is just like, oh my god, I could like pet it and snuggle it forever. So soft. And there's no colorway name either. But it is this gorgeous tealy aqua blue that I love so much. So we actually did a trade for this. We did yarn support for this over here. We did a trade for this. I traded her patterns. So, oh, that's going to be a cowl. Like, I already have a pattern in mind that I'm working on. Solar Flare Fibers, Fiffikins, gave me yarn support as well. It is XIHE. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It is a 55% BFL, 45% silk. So soft and smooth and luscious. So luscious. The eyes have it. She said this is a DK as well. Gorgeous blue. I mean, just such a bright blue. She had like a blue and some like peachy kind of colors left, and I asked her for the blue because I just do not do peach. kind of my least favorite color out there. Sorry to all you peach lovers. And then she gave me a skein. She let me have a skein. I was like, can I have this for yarn support? I promise. Solar Flare fibers in the Zoria thick, 100% merino, 246 yards. So it's a DK, she said, but it is a very plump feeling DK in winter rainbow primary. And this is going to be a toy. That will be a cowl or something of such. This, I already have some wheels turning on what I'm going to design with this because it is so pretty. And I love that she dyes with the sun. Keeps it earth friendly. So, super awesome. I have yarn from Australia. I've never had yarn from Australia before. So, super excited. That is everything. Oh my god. So, the retreat was amazing. Like I said, Friday night, a group of us went out to dinner, and then we had drinks. We did like the flight of the martinis that I keep getting blamed for starting, and it's actually Steve's leading man's fault. Because he suggested it, and then I went all with mine, and Steve Instagrammed it, and it kind of exploded, and I'm sorry to anyone who might have resulted in a hangover from their flight of martinis. Saturday was the market, super busy, and by the end of the day Saturday, I was exhausted. So the ballroom was really loud and packed with people, and then there was a group of people knitting outside, and it wasn't necessarily loud, but it was a little crowded at the tables. And there were people standing, and Michelle and I were so exhausted. We went and hid in the wine bar. Like, we went inside and we're sitting in this little nook because we both were just exhausted. In the best way, but exhausted. And we're feeling antisocial. Not on purpose, but it's just like, we were like, oh my gosh, someone's going to like come up and try to talk to us, and we are going to be like, and that's how we felt. Like, we sat there and sipped on a glass of wine. And then finally made it to our rooms because we were whooped. But it was so much fun. I met so many, like I said, new people and returning people. And then I had to get up early and be on an early shuttle to head back to the airport, which was awesome because I got to sit with Sally from Idaho and Pam, Sheep Therapy, and have such a great conversation on the way back, which made the shuttle ride fly by. It was so awesome. Because the shuttle ride from the airport to the hotel seemed to take forever. There were no knitters on it, and it was packed, and it was kind of hot, and this lady was sitting next to me talking to me about weird stuff, and then asked to use my phone, and I don't know how to say no, and it was awkward. And then, you know, when I was waiting for my flight in Cleveland, there were no knitters, so I was sitting there just kind of knitting to myself, talking to a lady from Fargo at the beginning. But it seemed like the wait was really long, and on the way home, I'm walking through the airport, and I'm almost to my terminal, and there's Memphis Holly! So I got to sit there and chat with Memphis Holly, and then Heather Bunnyfish came along, and we got to sit there and have like our own little knit time, because I really didn't get a lot of time to sit with Holly or Heather at the retreat, so I got to we had our own little knit session at the airport, which was awesome. So then the flight back was a bit bumpy and turbulent, but it all went well. I'm so glad to be home. I miss everybody at the retreat. I had the best time. I'm so excited I got to hang out with my boy Steve. Lots of inside jokes going on there that we really hit it off. I think my time spent with him was everything I had hoped it to be, and I think our personalities really meshed how I thought they would also. You just have that connection with somebody that you're just like, yeah, like I think we could really like be friends, and it was awesome. So glad. I hope he comes next year. Rooming with Michelle this year was awesome. It was like, I'm an only child, so I'm like, I would imagine it would almost be like how it would be like if I had a sister and I shared a room, talking late in the night, and maybe not. I'm totally delusional about what it's like to have siblings. I think it's like butterflies and rainbows, and when siblings hate each other's guts, it always floors me every time. But no, it was awesome. I I'm so grateful for her letting me kind of move into her room, because I was supposed to have my own room. I was going to get my own room this year. My husband's like, yeah, go ahead. And because of everything happening financially, it was really hard to justify doing that. So we ended up rooming together, and it was so awesome. And I'm so glad we did, because we really got that alone time that as friends we kind of needed, because we don't actually get to see each other in real life. It's always texting and phone calls. And she, of course, is fabulous as always. I mean, it was so awesome. It was like even better than last year, and I didn't know if that was possible. So I'm looking forward to next year. At this point, it's looking like I'm going to go. It is scheduled for next year, I have been told, especially since they were giving away golden tickets. I was not a winner of one, but some lucky people were. And it was just amazing. Really, really amazing. So, now that the gluttony's over and I can put it all away and give some of it away, and don't forget to enter for the prize pattern. Don't forget to knit your Leaves of Change shawl. Get it entered into the group when you do. You have until July 31st. Thanks again to everybody who gave me yarn support, gifted me yarn, gifted me stitch markers and buttons and its and what's its and mugs. Oh my goodness, thank you for the mugs. I really, over the moon. Over the moon. I know knitters are generous people, but when it happens to me, it always strikes me as like overwhelming in the best way that somebody thought of me and brought me something like that. And it really, really means a lot. And everybody who spent time with me, everybody who came up to me and told me they watched me and they loved my patterns, I mean, that means so much. It really just, like, I felt like I had this permanent smile on my face. Like, I probably looked cheesy as all hell at times, just because I was so happy to be there and so happy to meet everybody who was happy to meet me, like, on the same level. I really, really was. It's sometimes unfair that you get to see me and I get to hear me and see what I'm doing, and I can't do the same to you, because I'm always curious as well. You all totally enable me all the time, and the generosity is so appreciated. And so I give my heartfelt thank you to everyone for everything. All of you helped make the retreat totally awesome, as well as Amy and Megan, who put so much into this. I mean, the amount of organization and events and special things, I cannot thank Amy and Megan both for putting on something that I get to do once a year. I get one retreat a year, and this is it, and makes it worth it every time. So my hat's off to you, ladies. I'm RetroLemon, also known as Jenna. I'm RetroLemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Instagram, Fitbit, and Weight Watchers. Until next week, we'll be back. I'll be back with a regular show, and I will see you then. Bye.